Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 19 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of these episodes, we're quickly going to recap on the previous. And as usual, we had two games in the previous episode. One of them being in the round of 16 in the Carabao Cup and one of them being in the Premier League. But the first one, of course, was in the Carabao Cup against Wigan Athletic. And we absolutely dominated and beat them 3-0. So I was absolutely over the moon with that result, and the fact that we are going so far in the Carabao Cup so far, considering we're playing a much rotated team and not our strongest 11, I am very happy with how the lads are playing. And then the second game in the previous episode was against the blue side of Manchester. That was, of course, Manchester City, and unfortunately after going 1-0 down, we did manage to fight back, but unfortunately only for that 1 point after scoring one goal, and we drew against Manchester City. And then we come into today's episode where we face off at home against Monaco in the Champions League, and then we're going to be facing off against Aston Villa, which are a newly promoted team. But unfortunately, guys, you will have seen on the channel there hasn't been a video for, I'm guessing, 3, 4, maybe even 5 days, and I'm not sure if you can tell right now, but I'm starting to come out the back end of it. I became very ill once again. I really wasn't feeling well. I was having hot and cold sweats, a big, really chesty cough, really blocked up and stuff. And unfortunately, it is one of these things. I either get it because I'm overworking myself and I'm putting a lot of time in and not getting enough sleep, or it tends to happen where I'm working so hard week after week after week, and then I stop. And you guys will have known that just a week ago, I did have a 4-day break where I didn't go to work and I wasn't doing YouTube, and I had a couple of days off. And then unfortunately, a week later, I get hit by this horrible, it was like a cold/flu, having hot and cold sweats. It really wasn't nice. Put me in bed for a good few days. And unfortunately, I'm thinking that's because I was working for so long, putting all hours into everything, whether it was building a business, my job, YouTube, and then I come to a 4-day break and then I stop and my body just thinks, whoa, what's this? I'm not used to this. And bang, then unfortunately I become ill. So if I do mess up at all today, guys, or say a player's name wrong or anything, because right now, sitting here, controllers in my hand, my hands are sweating already. I'm really not 100% yet. I'm probably about 80%, trying to get back to it. But hopefully this video will be coming as well on either the 11th of February, which is Monday, or at the latest, hopefully, the 12th of February, which is Tuesday, depending on how well I'm feeling, because obviously I've got to record this and then edit and stuff, and I'm not 100%, but please do bear with me, guys. If I do cough or anything or splutter, I do apologise, but I'm trying to bring you guys content, even considering I'm feeling unwell. So as you can see right now from the Champions League standings, we are not progressing through to the knockout stages. We have Monaco at the top after playing 3 on 5 points. Roma have played 3 and are also on 5 points. And ourselves are also on 5 points after 3. Dynamo Kiev yet to get any points. So this game against Monaco is huge, because I do believe, if we go and check, I do believe we drew last time we played Monaco, and that was only 2 weeks ago. We did. It was 0-0, and unfortunately we couldn't score a goal. Now we need to change that up in today's episode, because if we do beat Monaco in this first game of today's episode, we will move up to 8 points, and that means Monaco will move down. If Roma draw or win their game against Dynamo Kiev, they will stay in second place. If they do win and they have a better goal difference, of course, they will go top. But it is very important, because right now we've played Monaco away. We're now about to play them at home. We're then going to play Roma again, and we're also going to play Dynamo Kiev. So if we can beat Monaco and beat Roma, it shouldn't matter what happens in that Dynamo Kiev game, because they have no points right now. We should still finish top of our Champions League group, which is exactly what we want to aim for. But unfortunately last year we won the Champions League, if you guys have been around since the first season. This year round, we're playing on the difficulty, which of course is legendary, and it is being a lot harder. In the Premier League, I'm starting to understand it, and I'm playing well against teams. But when it comes to the Champions League, I've not quite got the hang of it just yet. And especially when we faced off against Monaco, I think that was potentially our first game in a long, long time since no goals have been scored by either side. In fact, that could potentially be the first game ever where it has ended 0-0. But this is the lineup I will be putting out against Monaco. We've got Ryan Sessegnon out on that left wing, Roberto Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Aaron Ramsey and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain linking up in the central midfield, Jordan Henderson in the central defensive midfield a little deeper, and then we've got Tierney, Jimenez, Tar and Trent at the back, with of course Alisson in goal. Now you'll see that Salah is unfortunately not fully fit, and neither is Trent. Now we are going to look at bringing Junior on for Salah in the second half, but unfortunately when it comes to the right back position where Trent plays, Nelson Semedo picked up an injury and is out for about another week or two. So we have no choice other than playing Trent in that position, or we'd have to play somebody else there and play them out of position. And I don't really want to be doing that. And something I quickly want to discuss at the start of today's episode, guys. We are now into November, and something I've never done before, but I'm going to look at doing it for this series. Obviously, we don't know at the end of this season 2 at the Liverpool career mode whether we're going to be continuing, whether we're going to move team, whether we're going to just quit and we're going to start a brand new career mode. We're not really sure what's going to happen, but it will be down to you guys to decide in the Liverpool career mode and the Ajax Road to Glory where that path continues at the end of the season. But something I am going to look to do in this season is global transfer network. And to quickly discuss what my plan is, I am going to send Ollie Morris, Neil Lynch, Harold and Jerry. We're going to send all of these scouts out to different places. So I'm thinking Ollie can go to England, Neil can go to France, Harold can go to Germany, and Jerry can go to, let's say, Spain. And what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to look for players that have less than 1 year on their contract, because we are eventually going to come into the January transfer. And I think, actually, guys, while we're talking about it, let's just do it. So let's go ahead and send this man here, Ollie Morris. Let's send him to English? Send him to England. Brilliant, that was great English, that, Brad. Let's send Neil Lynch over to, let's go Germany, so he can go to Germany. Harold, you can go to, let's send them to France. Where is France? There's France, send him there. And then we'll go, Jerry, you can go out to La Liga, which is Spain, so let's send him over to Spain. And now you'll see, guys, so we've sent Ollie out, Neil, Harold, and Jerry. And the instruction that we are going to set up is a dead simple instruction. Any position, any attribute, any age. Contract, though, we're going to go 0 to 1 year. So those 4 scouts now are going to go out to England, Spain, Germany, and France. And they are going to scout players that have 1 year or less on their contract. And what that means is by doing that scout or doing that instruction and getting the scouts to look for someone that has a contract remaining of less than 1 year, it means in January, any players that pop up, at least 90% of them should potentially be a free signing for season 3. Now, we don't know if we're going to do a season 3 or not, but there's no reason why we can't pick these players up. So let's take a player like Eden Hazard. Let's say Eden Hazard pops up. We're going to have a vote. So basically, when we get into January, I'm going to list every single player that we can get on a free. You guys are going to vote, and maybe just the top 1, maybe the top 2, maybe even the top 3, we will pick up on a free transfer. Now, realistically, guys, Hazard wouldn't be realistic, okay? We're trying to keep the Liverpool career mode realistic, and this is something I should have done in the Ajax. Now, I did ask you guys what we were going to do in the Ajax Road to Glory, and a lot of you said, Brad, use the scouting network, but hire a scout, don't just go and get free transfers. And I appreciate that, because it does then make it very unrealistic. But I just want to have a look how it is, or how you plan it out, as I should say, for the future, guys, because obviously there's going to be many career modes coming to the channel, and it'd be good now when I know to get to November or at the very start of season 2 to look at getting a scout, or season 3, whatever season it is in the future. We look at getting a scout a month before the transfer window opens or shuts, and then we can look at who we can get on a free, especially in January. So it's something a little bit different, but I just want to see what options come up, and we can take a little look into that. But that is enough talking for the start of today's episode. Thought I'd just let you guys know that I am going to send a scout out to look for some pre-contracted players for season 3, whether we continue in season 3, whether we move somewhere else, or whether we quit the Liverpool career mode and start up a brand new career mode. But right now, it is about this game against Monaco. We are at Anfield. We have already played away from home and drew 0-0. Hopefully, we can get a bit of a different result at Anfield. With the home fans behind us, we could really do a bag in those 3 points. So let's see what damage we can do. Let's get into it, and hopefully end today's episode top of our Champions League group. And I said to you guys at the start of this episode that I was unwell, and already I've layered up to try and sweat it out of me, and I've already had to take a layer off. I'm already sweating, so I've had to take a layer off, because when you've got a t-shirt and then a hoodie and then there might be a blanket or a cover to wrap you up in, the best thing to do when you're ill is try and sweat it out of you as fast as you can. It's exactly what I've been doing. I think it's eventually starting to get through now, and I am sweating it out, but already, absolutely sweating already. So goals for and goals against. So Monaco have a +3. Roma have a +3. Wow, we have a +3 as well. So right now we are pretty much all joint top. We all have 5 points and we all have a goal difference of +3. But I know this is not, I repeat, not going to be an easy game against Monaco. We did drop Bobby Firmino and then brought him back into the Manchester City game, who scored us that goal and brought it back to 1-1 and bagged ourselves a point in the Premier League. Hopefully he can turn up, otherwise unfortunately if he's missing a few sitters, it's going to be back to the reserves for him. But let's get this game kicked off and see what damage we can do. Player to watch is Mohamed Salah. Ball straight down to Baldy. We've got to be careful here. Oh, it's an easy ball there. It's an easy ball and they're going to be in behind here. They're going to be in behind. It's between Alisson's legs. And Ronnie Lopez has put them 1-0 up in the 8th minute. Oh, that is not the start we wanted. Not the start we wanted. Trent come across because I pulled the 2 centre-backs out of position. Alisson, you've got to close your legs there, son. You've got to get down lower. And unfortunately, after 9 minutes, Lopez has put Monaco at 1-0 up. We're going to have to dig deep now, lads. Going to have to dig deep now. Here's Trent. Here's Jimenez. Into the middle. And unfortunately, the Ox is down. Come on, Ox. You've got to get up. And the Ox has stayed down. It's a bad injury. He's holding his knee. That is an important player. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is going to have to make his way to the bench. He looks to be in serious pain there. I'm not sure if he's holding his knee or his shoulder. I think he's potentially holding his face in pain, and unfortunately already the Ox is going to have to make his way to the bench, and it's going to have to be for James Milner. Pretty much a decision I did not have to want to make. I wanted to take Salah off for Junior. I wanted to bring Mane on for Sessegnon and potentially Talisca for Bobby. But we're going to have to bring Milner on now. He's a much more defensive player, Milner, over the Ox, which might come in our favour. But realistically now going forwards, we only have Ramsey. Milner with not a lot of pace and stamina. Doesn't like to get forwards too much. And it looks like he has awkwardly fell onto his knee, and hopefully it's not going to be too long because we need Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain this season. Into the middle now for Ramsey. Ramsey waiting for Bobby to run forwards. In fact, we're going to go to Salah, then we're going to go through to Bobby. Bobby through on goal. Bobby Firmino! He's put it wide. From the target, Lee. No, it was decent. This is the problem we were having with Bobby before the City game. Great positions. Oh, it's literally a hair away from hitting that post. Let's push out, lads. Come on. I'm pretty sure the referee is going to blow for half-time. There we go. As we look to press out, the referee does blow for half-time. And in his right, we were 2.5 minutes in. There was only 2 minutes added on. And unfortunately, we are going in at Anfield 1-0 down. About to drop all 3 points. And it just can't happen. We've had to bring James Milner on for the Ox. I'm fingers crossed it's not going to be too much of a serious injury. We've got Trent, who is looking at worse for wear at that right back position. Not really sure what I'm going to do there. And then we also have Salah and Sessegnon. Sessegnon looking a lot better than Salah, but we're going to have to change something up in this next 10-15 minutes. But I'm happy to jump back into the second half of this exact same team. Hopefully we can pull something out of the bag in the next 10 minutes and hopefully change the whole scenario in this game so far. Trent straight up now to Salah. Let's pull this back. Go inside. Go on, Salah. Let's go now. Come on, Salah. Push, son. Here comes Salah now. I just don't know who we're going to have in the box. Let's try and square this to the edge. Here we go. Millie! Bobby! He's put it wide again. It's so frustrating controlling Bobby Firmino. After season 1, he was smashing it. Exactly what the commentator was saying. 9 out of 10 times he puts that away. He just cannot put it away. Ramsey pushing forward. Let's hold it back. Give it into Hendo. Oh, I just cannot find. Look how many men they've got back. This is ridiculous. It's Ramsey. Henderson. Ramsey. Bobby. Referee. He's given a penalty. Glick has come in from behind, lunged at the ball and caught Bobby Firmino. I think a yellow card at the most, if a card at all. He just lunges in, goes for the ball, but he takes Bobby out. And we've got a penalty. Do I let Bobby take this? Will this bring him the confidence that he needs? Bobby Firmino, you've got to do something here, son. Bobby Firmino looking for that top right corner. Bobby Firmino scores! Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. It comes from a penalty, which is not good enough, because if we hadn't got that penalty, would this have been a different game? Probably. We're only 70 minutes in. It's 1-1. We've now got to look at making some changes. I need to push on for that second goal. So I'm going to take Salah off for Junior. And what do I do here? This is the big move now. I need someone at right back, really. But we've got nobody that can play. In fact, Jimenez can play at right back. Then do I bring Godin on? But Godin hasn't been great for us. I think I risk leaving Trent there. I think we probably need to push on for another goal. So I think the next move is we bring Talisca, who can play in the central midfield, for Ramsey. Yeah. I think what we do is then, can Milner play CDM? He doesn't. He just, okay, let's go. Let's risk it, okay? Ramsey for Talisca. Play Talisca in behind Bobby Firmino and just hope that Bobby Firmino wants to get into a good position and wants to put us that extra goal up. Unfortunately, if Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain hadn't picked up an injury and we were forced to bring Milner on, this could have been a different game, because I think moving Jimenez out to Trent's position at right back and then bringing Godin on was the better move realistically. But because it's 1-1 and we need to really push on for that second goal, this is the best way for me to push on to attempt to get that second goal. Junior coming on to Talisca, who have been absolutely fabulous since joining Liverpool in this season too. Let's hope they can make the difference. 20 minutes to go. Can we score another goal? Keep this pressure on, lads. Let's go to Talisca, and they're playing it through, and they're going to be through on goal here once again. Lopez, this time Alisson denies. And it's going to be a corner. If we can clear this out, we can maybe get a counter-attack. But firstly, we've got to clear this ball out. Let's get there and get it out. It's just wide. Jovic just putting it wide. I think we're probably just going to have to take the draw here. I don't think we're going to get an attempt to get another attack going. Let's play it through. Let's go through to Talisca. And there we go. Henderson tries to play a through ball to Talisca. The referee does blow for full time. And again, Monaco have been a real difficult team. We drew 0-0 against them last time. And then 2 weeks later, we drew 1-1. And if it wasn't for that penalty coming from Glick taking out Bobby Firmino, we could have potentially lost that game there. Not really sure how the stats are going to look. Pretty level. 11 shots, only 3 on target. We weren't clinical enough, considering one of those shots on target comes from a penalty kick. We only had 2 more shots on target. That is not good enough from the Redmen. 11 shots, 3 on target. I am appalled from those stats there. Monaco having 4 shots, half of them on target, 2 shots on target, one of them being in the back of the net. It probably deserved to be a 1-1. If I'd have lost that game, I would have been a little bit disappointed. And realistically, from those 3 shots, I'm just glad one of them ended up in the back of the net. But we take what we can. We bag a point again against Monaco. We hopefully stay in, or we move into the top 2 right now, depending on how Roma got on against their opponent. Dynamo Kiev lost 3-0 to Roma. So Roma are going to move top of the group now. And ourselves and Monaco are going to be joint second. Let's get back to the Central. And let's get ready for this next game against Aston Villa. Right, guys, and here we are back at the Central, about to travel and face off against Aston Villa. You can see the Premier League standing there. We are currently top, joint top with Arsenal, 11 played on 27 points. So potentially, if Arsenal are to lose or draw their next game and we beat Aston Villa, we could end today's episode top by a few points. Not just joint top, but hopefully clear by either 3 or even just 2 if they do pick up a draw. But this is the lineup we are putting out against Aston Villa. We've got Mane out on that left wing, Anderson Talisca at striker, Junior out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum and Naby Keita linking up in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back, with of course Alisson in goal. And sorry, I just want to cover, guys, because I did see a comment in the previous episode saying, Brad, what is your favourite 3 in the midfield, whether that's FIFA or real life? And to be honest, guys, I play with my favourite 3 in FIFA how I think it is in real life. And I think that is Fabinho playing a little bit deeper in front of Van Dijk, and whether it's Gomez or Lovren or Matip. I like Fabinho there because he likes to break up the play. He's nice and defensive. Unfortunately, in FIFA, he likes to get forward quite a bit, but in real life, he likes to sit in front of those defenders. And then I think Gino Wijnaldum and Naby Keita, that partnership is great for me, and it's because I tend to always want to play one central midfielder that is breaking the play up, runs up and down a lot, and then I like to play one central midfielder that has nice flair, bit of tricks, and gets forwards. Now that works perfect for me because when we're on the counter attack, Gini Wijnaldum will normally stay on the halfway line, maybe push a little bit further, but in case they get us on the counter, Gini Wijnaldum is there to break things up. Whereas Naby Keita, this is the problem I think with him in real life. A lot of people are slighting him. I think he is being used as a bit of a scapegoat. He's not getting played in the right position, but a lot of people are saying, oh, every time you watch him, he's giving the ball away. He's constantly just not tracking back. The thing with Naby Keita, he brings something different to Liverpool, and that is a player that will get the ball and take risks. He won't just pass sideways like Jordan Henderson. He won't do a Gini who tries to keep possession. He'll get the ball, see two defenders, and work out how he can get through them or past them to then try and either cause a goal by scoring himself, or at least trying to open up the play to play a ball through to somebody to potentially have a shot on goal. And that's what I like with Naby Keita. If we were to play, let's say, Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson and Fabinho, going forwards, apart from the odd occasion that Gini Wijnaldum goes forwards, we've got nothing. And that's why I like to play this. So you got Fabinho, nice and deep, breaking things up. We got Gini, up and down the pitch, likes to break things up, likes to intercept, likes to keep the ball. Then you got Naby Keita, who'll push forwards and try and help the front three. And that's what I like. Even though the three is a deep and then two midfielders just off from him, for me it's more of a spine. You've got Fabinho at the bottom of the spine breaking things up, Gini in the middle who can move forwards and back, and then Naby Keita that just wants to stay forwards but will come back halfway just to help out his midfielders, and that's what I like about them three. Now before we get into this game against Aston Villa, quickly want to show you this email. Unfortunately, it is bad news. We knew that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain went off with an injury. I thought he was holding his knee, but he was actually in fact holding his shoulder after he has sadly dislocated it and will be out for about 8 weeks. They're going to do whatever they can, the physiotherapist, to get him back as quick as possible. And normally, I'm guessing within 8 weeks, I think they normally come back after 5 or 6 weeks, but unfortunately that means he is going to sit out some of the bigger games, and especially with us playing a lot of Champions League games right now in the group stages, we need him to be there. Lucky enough, we have got a few players to play in that position, so it's not going to affect us too much, but I do like playing the Ox instead of like Naby Keita. So again, Gini Wijnaldum will play there, or Henderson. And then you've got the likes of Ox, or you've got Naby Keita who want to get forward. You've got Ramsey as well that can play both of those positions, whether it's a CM going forwards or a CM staying a little bit deeper. But we are about to face off against Aston Villa. Hopefully going to bag those 3 points in the Premier League. If Arsenal can drop points, that would be absolutely amazing, because we didn't start off the Premier League with the best start. We are still yet to be beat, which I'm very happy about. But I do believe we drew in our first game against Bournemouth. Then I think we won our second game and then drew our third. So within our first 3 games, we had a win and then 2 draws. And that's not the best start for us. As you can see, our goals for and goals against, we currently have a goal difference of 20 plus goals. Now this is episode 48, so we will be discussing the fan objectives in just 2 episodes, which of course is episode 50. And right now, how that stands, we're donating £20 to charity at the end of the season, which is a good bit of money to be donating. And I'm sure over time, we will just constantly push that goal difference as big as we can, so we can donate as much money as we can at the end of the season. But we are going to play in our grey kit. Aston Villa are going to play in their usual purpley red with the blue accent and the white shorts. And let's go ahead and get into this game at Villa Park. Hopefully another 3 points under the belt. We should really bag the 3 points. And I know I'm playing Trent again, who's not fully fit, but we now do have Semedo on the bench ready to come on at half-time. I'll make sure to bring him on at half-time. He's not fully fit himself, but he is back from injury. He's about 90% fit, but I'd rather play Trent for the first half, bring him on in the second half, just so we don't make that injury any worse or give him any more niggles. But let's go ahead and get into this game and see if we can bag those 3 points.
Well,
here we go, another game,
I know,
this time against a newly promoted team, Aston Villa. And to be fair, Aston Villa are not a team to not take serious. I know some people would say they're a much smaller club, don't have the players that Liverpool have, but they have some great young talent. I know that we did look at getting, I think it's pronounced Jack Grealish, in the Liverpool career mode. You guys wanted me to sign him in season 1, and he will probably be playing today. They have got some wonderful talent coming through the ranks. I know they've got the Manchester United fella. I think that might be him there. I honestly wouldn't know how to pronounce his name. Tunzabar or Tundibi or something like that. I hope he never watches this video, because they'll probably just crucified his name. But I think his name's actually Axel something. But it is going to be Aston Villa to kick us off in this first half. And let's see what we can get down to. Let's go, lads. Let's pick this ball up now. Here goes Naby Keita. Into the middle for Talisca. Straight off to Gini Wijnaldum, who's going to wait for Junior on the overlap. Who's going to take a touch and hit it first time. And that is not like the usual man, Junior. Wow. Drills it so wide. That would have been over the bar. That's wide of the goal. We're closer to the corner flag than the goal. Let's go back to Talisca. Talisca going to lay this off now to Gini, who takes a touch and looks at hitting it, puts his laces through it. But unfortunately, it wasn't coming down quick enough. Keep that pressure on, he's done well there. Let's get that out, nicely done, Gomez. Fabinho to bring that down nicely and plays it out to Mane. And I tell you what, we could have a nice counter-attack going now. Here goes Mane. Mane Dalton forwards, plays it into Talisca. Going back now to Gini. Let's go Talisca. Let's go through now to Naby Keita. Take it wide, play it round. Junior in behind, slots that one home. It's 1-0. Tell you what, Junior, I wish you would have kept that one down a little bit more. And Junior runs off to celebrate with Gini, with Naby and with Talisca, the three players that made that happen in front of the cameras. I mean, realistically, Naby does well there, pulls the keeper to the left of the goal, slots it to the right for Junior. So expecting Junior just to slide that one home, but he puts his laces through it. In fact, he does still side foot it, and it's into the roof of the net. Going around the corner now, looking for Naby. It's a beautiful ball. There's Naby. Laying it off to Talisca. Talisca through now to Mane, who looks to slot it home, and he's also drilled it. Drilled it wide. Tell you what, the new patch has come out for FIFA, and I honestly think every shot you take now goes wide. I've not seen me put so many shots wide the goal as I have in this episode. I feel like I've done more in this episode than I have in the whole of the season. Absolutely ridiculous. Fabinho. Let's go back to Talisca. Okay, never mind. Let's go to Gini. Fabinho. Naby. Hits the first time with Naby. Just wide a goal again. I think about 4 or 5 shots this first half. Well off target. And wide a goal. He's going to get in behind. We're going to have to mark up here. Oh, I've caught him there. And he's going to be through on goal. He's offside, Hogan. It could have been 1-1 right before half time. Let's see if it is offside. Ball played through. Yeah, Gomez does well there. He is just offside with his left leg, his left foot and his knee is ahead of Gomez, and we potentially maybe get a little bit lucky there, lads, because if they score from there, we could be in a bit of serious trouble. And there's Gini going through now to Talisca. Talisca waiting for that run now. Beautiful ball out to Mane. What a ball. Cuts it back. Mane darting into the box, onto his right foot, looks at bend them one. Junior to finish it. Straight at the keeper. Straight at the keeper. And considering, I was about to say, we are at 49 minutes there. There was only 3 minutes added on. The referee well and truly had to blow for full time. And there we go. We're going in. Sorry, at full time. He had to blow for half time. Sorry, guys. I'm going to put it down to me being not well because just getting my words so mixed up. My head doesn't know my top from my bottom. But as I said, at half time, the one sub we are going to make is Trent to bring back Nelson Semedo after an injury. I think later on I am going to look at Danny Ings for Anderson Talisca, and then potentially it'll be Grujic maybe for one of the midfielders, or maybe I'll look at Shaqiri or Salah for Junior. But right now I'm happy to get back into this second half. We're 1-0 up against Aston Villa. Could have had 2 or 3. They could have nearly scored, unfortunately, but theirs was offside. But it is going to be Anderson Talisca to kick us off in this second half. Let's get it underway. I've just got no options. I've got no options whatsoever. Let's try and play it in now. Here's Semedo. Fabinho takes a touch, hits it first time. Oh, big save from Nyland. Big save there as Fabinho looks to put one on target. Grealish is taken off. Shocked at that one. I didn't think he would be. And let's look for Van Dijk. Plenty of space here for Van Dijk to run into. Nice ball in now. Van Dijk's there. Climbs. It's cleared. And Mane goes for the acrobatic. And somehow completely misses the ball. And it goes out for a corner. Watch these runs. Ball in from behind. Nice ball in the middle. Let's get there. Robbo. Oh, he's at the post. I had to take a breath for a second then. I wasn't sure if that was going in or not. And here comes Junior looking at breaking up now into Naby Keita. Let's try and get Van Dijk in behind. Nice ball in now. Cleared away. Far too easy. Gomez to bring that down to Junior. Junior to Robertson. Here's Van Dijk, who looks to hit one on the edge of the box. Big strike there from Van Dijk. And to be fair, Van Dijk is one to try and hit them on the edge of the box. He normally gets assists from his shots. But this time it was a cracking shot from Van Dijk. Nyland having to palm that away. wasn't great. Here goes Ings now looking around the corner for Sadio Mane onto his right foot. He's put it in the top of the net. Beautiful, beautiful goal. Danny Ings gets an assist and Sadio Mane has scored the second goal for this game against Aston Villa. So Mane, and Mane is going to look at breaking forwards. Referee, that's definitely got to be a foul there. Took Mane out and does pick up a yellow card as well. Unlucky Chester. Now, the idea I have here, I mean, we haven't got Talisca on the pitch anymore, but maybe we just try and side foot it over here. Look for Semedo, can take a touch and then hit it. Semedo hits it. Oh! Oh! My word.
It stunned me and it certainly stunned the keeper.
Nelson Semedo, for his first goal for Liverpool, scores one to remember. Wow.
Well, I think if you ask the player afterwards, he'll say he has never.
Oh, Semedo has no man's business to be shooting from there. Van Dijk ducks. What a strike, and I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, that is another goal scored by a defender. I'm not sure if that's 3. I'm not sure if that's 4. I don't think it's 5. But that is Semedo's first goal in a shirt, and this is his first game back after an injury. And what a way to return. What a first goal for Liverpool. Ball played back. Let's go, Naby. Let's go, Naby. Let's get a foot in here. And again, Naby. Oh, it's 3-1.
Well, they cut the margin by 1.
Wow.
But all you can say is
well
done for trying.
Pretty much very similar to Semedo. Little bit of space and things. I'm going to hit this. Alisson maybe has too many defenders in the way. Let's have a little look at this. Oh no, he has got a clear view of it. Van Dijk goes to floor. Don't like it when players go to floor. He should have stayed and at least tried to get his body in the way. And Adam has a second goal in the Premier League, and what a second goal that is to score. It is 3-1 in the 89th minute. Oh wow, they're still going to go for this one. They're still going. Let's go, Semedo. Get there, son. Nicely done indeed. And Robertson is going to, before he even gets a booster up the pitch, the referee is going to blow for full time. Would have liked to have kept a clean sheet against Aston Villa, but unfortunately it is one of those goals that comes late into the game. If we're having 15 shots, I'd at least expect 11 or 12 to be on target. So not as clinical as I would like, but nevertheless, it's a 3-1 victory. We bag another 3 points in the Premier League, and hopefully, if Arsenal have dropped points, whether that's a loss or a draw, we will be top of the Premier League by a little bit of a gap. And this is what we've done last season. We started a little bit of a gap and then we pushed and pushed and pushed, and before you knew it, after 29 episodes into the first season, we'd already won the Premier League. Can we do that in season 2? Only time will tell. Right guys, and here we are back at the Central, ready for the next episode. You can already see we are facing off against Chelsea at Anfield for the first game in the next episode, which is going to be a massive one, because not only are they currently in 3rd place in the Premier League, Arsenal have just dropped points. They faced off against Manchester City and only managed a 1-1 draw, which means they only got 1 point, which means we now finish today's episode officially top of the Premier League with a 2-point gap. And this is what happened, like I said, in season 1. We got a 2 or 3 point gap, and then it just grew and grew and grew. But maybe that won't happen this year because we are playing on Legendary. Maybe it will. Who knows? But I am looking forward to the next episode. We're also facing off in a Champions League game against, and I can't even remember. Let's go and have a look who we. In fact, it's Dynamo Kiev. There we go, Dynamo Kiev, and that is a crucial, and I mean crucial, 3 points, because we did only draw against Monaco, so we need to beat Dynamo Kiev. And then we'll have to see where we're at for the last game against, I do believe it's Roma. We'll have to see where we're at, whether a draw will be enough or whether we will need that win to get through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. And I'm looking forward to getting through to the knockout stages, because in the Ajax Road to Glory, if you guys watch it, you will know that we've just got through as well in Season 1 of the Ajax Road to Glory to the knockout stage of the Champions League. And our first knockout team is Liverpool. So it's going to be MassiveBrad in the Ajax Road to Glory versus MassiveBrad in the Liverpool career mode. So I'm excited to play that in the Ajax Road to Glory, but I'm looking forward to seeing who we get in the knockout stages of Season 2, the Liverpool career mode. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below if you're new around here. Click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.